town you never heard of. Hey everybody, welcome to the Common Folk Podcast with Ben, Morgan, and Andy.
Welcome back to Common Folk.
That's right. Podcast for the people, by the people.
There we go. Where's the clap?
I think it's this one. Nope. There we go.
There you go.
So what's going on today?
We're fired up today.
On this beautiful
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Day starts
Forgot my
off
green. Ben, you too.
I'm wearing green.
Yeah,
Andy is. Maybe you got some on your undies, or I'm gonna have to.
His
pinch
hat's
you.
green. It's camo.
I got a green bracelet on.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I failed the test.
This day starts off at 8 degrees and ends at 65 or something like that.
That's wild, man.
And then by Friday, we're gonna be sitting at 82.
That's what I saw. It's hard to believe. I mean, because it's nasty out right now. And I don't know, is Nebraska going through like an apocalypse right now?
I think so. Yeah.
The western end is just on fire, largest fire in recorded history. And we're freezing. We just got hit by, a tornado watch / blizzard?
Yeah.
What did they call
Is that
it?
even a thing? Did they?
A bomb cyclone,
cyclone
or
bomb.
whatever
Yes.
they call them?
Yeah, I was gonna say, did they?
There's like new
change the
words
name?
every year.
Yeah.
We were talking about that at the fire department because they, God, what was the last one? It was some wind event or something that they had some crazy name for.
Right. It wasn't just high winds.
Yeah. And we were like, dude, all this stuff does is just like,
Great type.
yeah, just like scares everybody. Like, oh my God, is that real? Do I need to go to the shelter? Like,
Right. I mean, yeah, because we got to get clicks. It used to be we got to sell newspapers and we got to sell magazines.
Yeah.
Now it's just we got to get clicks.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
invent words, especially something that's going to like scare you into thinking, oh my God, the wind, it's going to get
yeah.
Well, they kept predicting last week tornadoes, like for real on the TV. Okay, so I'm still a little bit laid up watching TV. Is totally mind effing me. So then I'm texting
yeah.
Ben. I'm like, I'm going to pull Joel out of school because the tornado's literally going to hit right when he's coming home.
And the tornado probably is going to take in any illegal handgun.
Right.
Right.
Totally. So
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, that's fine. Pull him out. So I did.
I don't think that's what I said.
Yes, you did. I said, what time?
You were like, I think I'm going to pull Joel out of school. And I was like,
You were like, okay.
okay, yeah.
Okay, so to me that means do it. And I was like, what time? And you're like, well, I think it's going to hit at 2:30. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking 3. So then I was like, screw it. Pulled him out at 2:30. And
You really did.
yeah,
And nothing happened. First of all, in guy speak, okay means
you're not listening.
Yeah, means do whatever you're gonna do, whatever you want to do because you're gonna anyway.
Yeah,
that's all it means. It doesn't mean okay,
whatever.
go. I agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, point is, it is a little bit cray out here.
Oh, sure.
Crazy for sure. But my thought was, because he's driving. And actually, I sent him a text. I was like, bro, do you want, that was kind of a loaded question. Of course, he's going to be like, Mom, of course, get me out of school.
Yeah.
I'll come home, and went straight downstairs and played some Xbox, and we didn't even have to take cover. So anyways, then the next weekend, and
It's always okay.
85.
Yeah. It's okay to be overly safe when it comes to driving and stuff like that.
I
don't have an issue
it worried
with that.
me, because he's driving.
Well, a couple weeks ago, when that first blizzard blew in, after it was like 80 or 75 out, there's semis and all sorts of stuff stacked up on Kennedy Freeway, I-80, multiple wrecks. So, yeah.
We had. Did you hear about that pileup on Sunday on
gosh.
I-80?
Yeah, I saw some of that stuff.
That storm came through, and it was like probably, what was it, like 3 o'clock or something like that? And I think it was whiteout conditions on the interstate. Then they had an accident, and for folks in the local area will know it was Ashland Greenwood
Exit.
went on the call. I think Greenwood was handling it. They got out there on the interstate, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. Then all of a sudden, people started crashing more.
Yeah.
They ran into their fire truck.
Oh, no.
They ran into, I think, 2 police cruisers.
I believe
There was a head-on collision. They ended up with, like, I think over 30 cars piled up.
Yeah, well, it just keeps getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
And it was whiteout conditions here on the access highway coming into this area.
It was just
on
blowing
Sunday.
so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's always interesting to me, and this kind of ties into that the wildfire stuff out west. How how many things happen around here that like you see the equivalent on the news all the time, like when it happens in New York or when it's happening in the wildfires of California or whatever.
The
like
floods.
It's always national big news, but it happens here in the Midwest, and we're just like, yeah, we got this. Like, whatever.
Yeah, Governor Pillen actually had a live briefing, not debriefing, briefing.
Briefing.
But addressing the wildfires, grass fires, which it's like 3 different fires have all now met up into one. Like
right.
Cottonwood Forest caught on fire by Ogallala, a big grass fire a few days ago, and then just a regular like grass fire. Like it's really bad. It's the largest fire in Nebraska recorded history, over 600,000 acres. And anyway, Governor Pillen's like, look, out here, especially right here in Nebraska, when something happens, we just want to put our head down and get it done. We don't want to ask for help. We don't want to put our hand out. But I'm letting everyone know I've already contacted the president. He called me right back, and FEMA's on their way. We already got 2 Black Hawk helicopters helping from the
So it's
Iowa.
not out yet?
Oh, no.
Oh, shoot.
None of this stuff, none of this wintry stuff that would really help.
Yeah, that's what I thought would have hit there. It didn't.
It's not in that area. It's
Oh,
more
of
north
course
and to
not.
the east. And so but there's still strong winds, like creating a vacuum, blowing that fire, fueling that fire. It's really a bad of all the bad. Like we're talking about cutting down your cedar trees. That's going on out there. So there's like a lot of fuel. It's really hot, and we're coming off a 4 or 5 year record drought. Like you couldn't set the table for a more epic, crazy, out of control fire than what we've done. And guess what? It's happening.
So you don't think our Agent Blue would be like, oh, they diverted the weather? It wouldn't be a conspiracy? You think this is like...
You'd have a tough time selling me on this one.
Okay.
This
okay,
is,
you think this
and
is legit?
nobody meant to do anything. It's not like we wanted eastern red cedar trees to just start taking over the grasslands. No, we want grass.
Yeah.
But if things happen over time when you change, your ways.
You don't think they came in on like a Chinese spy balloon or something?
Maybe.
Like got dropped out of the seeds dropped out of that?
That did happen a few years ago, right?
Stop.
Like there was like thousands of envelopes that just had seeds in it, and nobody knew what the hell they were.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I don't.
And they traced it back to China. And
No.
I'm not kidding.
Like someone's mail literally has seeds in it.
Yeah, it got unmarked envelopes with just seeds in the envelopes, and they traced it back to
What
China.
kind of seeds
well, that was
were
the story.
they? Did
that
they
was
say?
the story.
Did they say what kind of seeds
No.
they were?
No.
Oh,
And-
you couldn't test them in a lab?
Well, the NRD said, do not plant them. Send them into us or whatever.
I think I would have planted one in my house.
it would have been
I
tough
would have
not
put
to.
one in the pot. I think I would have.
So anyway.
Don't nobody's sending me seeds because
I wonder
guess-
when that was. I just Googled it
I
real
do
quick,
not
and
remember that.
it said
what, 3-4 years ago?
unsolicited, unmarked seeds often appearing in packages from China labeled as jewelry or toys being mailed to U.S. residents. They pose significant biosecurity risk, including invasive species, pests, and pathogens.
So there's where you could get a little bit of a foothold in there.
Wow.
But I think eastern red cedar trees are native to the states for the most part, like what I'm talking about anyway. And they're just encroachment from the east.
yeah.
And Nebraska had, I don't know how many varieties, but native cedar trees to Nebraska. So it's just, they were always kept in check naturally by lightning storms each and every spring. And now that's not happening. That's why prescribed burns are so important.
Yeah.
And so vital to just being safe.
Do you think there was any like 3-leaf clovers getting burned up too?
Anything and everything in its way.
I'm kidding. I was trying to find a segue into what we might be talking
Dude,
about.
I was just reading
It
this
being
as you
St.
guys were
Patty's
talking.
Day.
The Chinese, man, like, I know people always say this. Like,
Oh God, where are we going with this?
They're playing chess and we're playing checkers. Like, can you imagine that conversation when they're sitting there? They're like, I know what we'll do.
Yeah. This will be
We'll
good.
put a bunch of seeds in here.
Yeah.
We'll take advantage of these curious Americans. We won't label them. I guarantee you some of them are going to put them in their garden or in a pot.
Won't be able to help it.
We'll just mail them over there. And then 100 years from now, the freaking whatever we got out back here, the Asian honeysuckle will overtake all of their woods. They won't be able to hunt deer anymore. It'll take out habitat. And they're like, they're okay. It's 100 years down the road. They're like, yeah, that's what we're planning for.
This is our
100 years down the road.
grandkids' kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
wild, dude.
joke's on you, you guys. You're buying all of our farmland across the United States. You're doing it to your own land. So there you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, to your own land.
Speaking about immigrants.
Yes.
Do we want to get into it? It's St. Patrick's Day.
The luck of the Irish. Is that
luck of
wasn't
the
very
Irish,
good.
eh?
Yeah.
That did not sound
Okay,
Irish.
you try it then. Your turn.
I can't do it.
Okay, do it again, Andy.
Well, I always get. I think it sounds a little Australian.
A little bit, yeah.
Doesn't everybody's accent sound Australian when they try to be someone
I
else?
was British. But it is St. Patrick's Day, and there is a huge heritage here in Nebraska of Irish immigrants.
Do you like, by the way, the Irish accent? Like, does it
Doesn't bother me.
it do anything for you? Like, you know how like accents, like a lot of people will be like, oh,
Oh, do you mean like
that-
when Colin Farrell's talking? I'm thinking it's so smooth,
Yeah,
so
like-
silky smooth.
yeah, people are like really into it or whatever they like
Yeah.
it. The Irish one, dude,
It's tough.
for me.
It's
It throws
hard.
you off, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Dude, when you have you ever like watched a woman on TV with an Irish accent?
I can't think of one.
I mean, like you sit there and watch them, and it could be a pretty girl.
Yeah,
For me, it's like,
it's a turnoff,
dude,
huh?
you got to stop talking.
But if
you
they're
just say okay.
if they're Australian, I think that's very pretty. That
Usually,
accent.
Australian totally works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then in a weird way, and I think it's just kind of by design, when someone's speaking with like a French accent, which is just kind of a draw, they're like, that's sexy.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, man, that's harder to understand than, an Irish woman.
Yeah, it's harder.
You know,
yeah,
like,
but
what's going on?
I wonder if we're going to talk about St. Patty's Day, obviously, and like leprechauns and stuff like that. I wonder if it's that. Like, we've been, these stupid Americans. That's me. I'm stupid American sitting here, never been to Ireland, never been really anywhere else. And all I know of Ireland is St. Patrick's Day and leprechauns.
Yeah.
So then when I hear somebody talking with that Irish accent, I think in the back of my mind, that's all I think is like, you're just one of those like crazy looking little leprechauns that I see on TV all the time.
You're a drunkard.
Yeah, apparently.
A pagan drunkard.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I got some Irish in me.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Well, that's not surprising because...
Most people do.
Nebraska is just a huge portion of Nebraska,
Yeah.
especially around Omaha. And Nebraska is also capital, one of the Irish capitals, you could say, of the Midwest.
Okay.
And we've actually had a show there. O'Neill, Nebraska.
That's right. Yeah. If you think
Yes.
about the name,
Yeah.
totally fits, right?
I'll get right into that for
Yep,
you.
go ahead.
But okay, so let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend. He was real, Patrick, and he was sainted.
Yeah.
He was brought into sainthood by the Roman Catholic Church, but he's not Irish.
What?
Yeah,
Not Irish.
isn't that wild?
Well, what is he?
British.
Okay, then where did it
So
get off track?
in the 4th century, around 350 AD, somewhere in there,
Yeah.
he was a little laddie. He was 16 years old, and he was captured by Irish raiders, taken back from Britain to Ireland, and to be sold into slavery.
Really?
And to find solace and to be able to cope with it and deal with it, he turned to religion. And he credits Catholicism as getting him through that tough time. Later on, he escaped, got back to Britain, and due to like a vision or a yearning that deep in his belly, whatever, he wanted to get back to Ireland as a missionary, and he spread Catholicism, and he's really credited for why Ireland is so staunch in the Catholic religion. And at the time, they were wild motherfuckers. Like
I'm sure.
I mean, you hear the term, oh, you pagan this, pagan. No, they were pagans. They crazy assholes. And he was met with a lot of resistance, but he was able to basically convert an entire island to Catholicism. And
Because of his faith,
Yeah.
he thought then he was able to escape and
Yep.
and come back. So they were like, "Oh my God, this guy did the miraculous thing."
And
Okay.
as soon as a few followers, hopped on board with him, like, hey, this way of life is better. Treating people with kindness is better. Just
Right,
kind
than
of the
just being-
principles,
Yeah.
the 10 Commandments. Hey, rather than raiding your neighbor and raping and murdering, and all, what if you guys work together and like grow some crops? Then you'll have a reoccurring food source, and
Huh.
less rapey.
Shocking.
So
Right.
And then, he was never actually a priest or anything like that, but then later was recognized and whatever they call that, sainted. He is a saint now.
Anointed? I don't know.
It's amazing. When I dove into St. Patrick, he reminded me on just a number of levels how all these institutions are a lot of bullshit. But you can't, if it weren't for the institution to begin with, none of this would have happened. So you got to give the Catholic Church its due.
Like, what year are we talking here?
So that was the 5th century. So like 405 to 500 AD is when he got over to Ireland and started this quest as a missionary. And he had such an impact. It is what it is today. He's the 3-leaf shamrock. And I think you saw this. He would use it as to represent the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Ghost. There's some question to whether that's true or not, but it's a cool story, especially
The Father, Son, the Holy Spirit?
the Holy Spirit. Yeah.
Okay.
That was always fun. Like whether you go to a Lutheran church or a Catholic church or a Methodist church, the wording.
Yeah.
Someone says ghost?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
I
It happens a lot.
I thought it was
I've
Catholic
never
church,
heard
but
that.
maybe it must be the
the
Methodist.
Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
Well, but he just said ghost.
Well,
Well.
he just shortened it.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I don't know. I'm like, Andy, what are we talking about here? Okay.
So
I don't think I've ever heard Holy Ghost. Yeah, maybe I have. Okay.
name of a freaking church in downtown Omaha is one of the best fish fries.
Oh, jeez. I've said this before. I've never been to a dang fish fry and
What?
stood in a line. I want to.
St. Patrick.
You want to do that?
I've always wanted to do that.
It's fun.
And
You're
just
freezing your
drink
ass
and hang
off.
out.
Yeah.
I hate being cold.
No, but think about this Friday is going to be freaking insane.
this Friday would be
These
great, yeah.
lines would be killer.
Even the coldness is kind of like part of it. It makes it like worth it because you're in this long line and it wraps around the
And
church.
the food probably is not that good.
You
let's
got
be
little old
honest,
ladies
right?
running around with pitchers of beer, filling you up, warming you up.
Oh my gosh,
It's
that sounds
awesome.
like the best party ever.
And a big one is
Next year, Ben.
A big one is at St. Patrick's. Shout
Is
out
it?
St. Patrick's Church in Elkhorn, Nebraska. That's a big one.
Okay.
Yeah, so they
I heard,
do a good
yeah,
fish
some
fry.
like downtown ones or something are good
Holy
too.
Ghost.
Okay, Holy Ghost. There we go.
Sorry.
Sorry,
The Holy Ghost. The ghost.
not the ghost. Come on, put the holy on it.
So it says on here that March 17th, the significance is it's celebrated as his feast day, marking the day of his death.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
the day he
I was going to
died.
ask that. Okay.
So for the longest time, it wasn't really like a joyous, fun celebration, especially in Ireland, and not until like recently. Like I'm talking like in the 70s or 80s, maybe in the 90s, did Ireland like really recognize it and try to use it as like a tourism tool. They always kind of felt it was like, I don't know, kind of like Easter. Like we're celebrating, we're gathering, we're going to church in the morning, we're having a feast in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But it's not parade, 8 a.m. start, green beers.
This is one of those holidays like like Cinco de Mayo, where the Americans take it and just go ham with it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
hell
we just go over the freaking top, and the country that it's actually from is looking at us going,
What the hell?
What are you guys doing? And then apparently Ireland saw it, and they're like,
Oh,
we can make some money off those Americans.
All we
Let's
gotta-
start celebrating it over here.
So all we got to do is add some fake tits and a speedboat, and some
What?
and some cheap beer.
In a kilt.
Speedboat. I'm thinking
A green
of like
kilt.
that cartoon. Oh my god, that cartoon movie where they're like drinking beer and they're in the
What?
Cartoon
It's
movie.
like she has long red hair. I cannot think
Brave.
of it. Brave. Yes.
They drink beer in that movie.
Yes, the guys
lot
are
of
in the
beer.
bar.
Isn't that
down-
Scott? Is that Scottish?
So
or-
that's not what we're talking about.
We're not talking about Scotland. We're talking about Ireland.
I know. That's what in my head is what I'm thinking of.
The Scots
See?
talk like this, and the Irish, they talk like this.
Oh,
I
yeah, that
can't
sounded
tell a
totally
difference,
different.
Andy.
Yeah.
Come on, try it again.
Sounded Australian to me. But
See, these Americans.
Like I
we
told
don't know
you in
what-
previous pods, I'm a little directionally challenged. So what? Okay, so I'm thinking of Scotland, not Ireland.
So what's kind
Okay.
of fun about St. Patrick is there's a lot of these things that are attached to him that may or may not be true.
Yes.
And I think that
that was.
I think it makes it fun. True. Yeah. Now I'm turning Irish.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me laugh.
But one of them is the
True.
three-leaf clover, and the whole reason that like the clover, the shamrock, is even tied to Ireland goes back to their being seen as just nothing but pagans.
Mm-hmm.
And the Brits, some famous politician from Britain said, they're so dirty and pagan-esque over there. They're just like the cattle on the hillsides munching on clovers, munching on shamrocks.
Really?
So that's what the first tie-in to Ireland and shamrocks.
Okay.
And I don't know if someone just saw or if St. Patrick actually did use the shamrock to symbolize the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
There you go. Hey, Andy, are you going to a fish fry? Because I have a kilt and a hat that
That'd be
Ben
fun.
wore
Oh.
that you could borrow.
We're trading kilts around here?
Don't do it.
Yeah.
If you want to.
I got forced into it.
We had a fundraiser a few years back, and I busted it out the other day and asked Joel if he wanted to wear it to
Nice.
school. His
tell you-
answer was no, so.
I'll tell you what, from a previous life, one of my colleagues, kind of coworker guys, red hair, whole 9 yards, he was part of, still is, the bagpipes, marching
Really?
band, bagpipe people, and they practice and all that sorts of stuff.
Bagpipe people.
Yeah, whatever they are, but
Bagpipers.
but he would wear the whole kilt, the whole thing, and they take it very serious.
Yeah.
So
That is probably not my favorite music.
I kind of like
There's some
listening to
decent
it.
Irish rock stuff.
Oh yeah,
Right?
Yeah, Dropkick Murphys, crap like that. You're talking. Yeah.
So
I
our
think it's
friends
fun.
are in a band called the Shenanigans, and they do some good music, Irish music. It's
All right.
so fun. Yeah.
There's a Irish band that does like a Husker football fight song.
Oh.
They even played at Memorial Stadium, I believe. But anyway, another one that he's credited with is driving snakes off the island. Now, this actually wasn't due to St. Patrick. It was actually due to the last ice age, killing all the snakes. So it's easy to say, oh, yeah, he drove all the snakes because there's no snakes on the island.
Or was he doing God's work, and then God brought the ice age and said, "Yep, that's it. You got to move.
Oh.
You're doing a good. You've moved them
Wow,
to this
I
point.
love
Now it's
that.
time to move them."
You're so close on that. The thought is, the translation is, he's driving all the snakes as a metaphor, like people that were serpents out and off the island, or converting them to Christianity. They're seeing the light. They're no longer snakes.
Got it.
Per se.
Man,
So
I don't like
it's-
snakes.
It's kind of a fun crossover there.
But I feel like they get a bad rap.
They do get a bad rap.
Yeah.
If it
But I
weren't-
mean, I don't like them. It's weird. They make me feel weird. But they're
I'm on board with you.
Yeah.
They serve a critical part of each and every healthy ecosystem
Yeah.
that they're part of.
yeah.
They can wreak some really bad havoc if they shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Look at
It's not
Florida.
like we have deadly snakes here.
What are you talking about?
In Nebraska.
We got
do?
a lot of deadly snakes.
Oh.
Cottonmouth running up and down the Niobrara River. Up in my neck of the woods, we have rattlesnakes.
Not.
Yeah, native
Oh.
rattlesnakes up in Lynch. Yeah, they're nasty.
You guys got some weird stuff over there.
a lot of things going on.
And scorpions and shit.
yeah, I
Like,
don't know about scorpions. But
well, our friend lives,
He's out west.
he's out west.
Oh, I believe
what's
that. The
up with
Sandhills?
that?
Hell
We
yeah.
ain't in Texas.
yeah, Nebraska's pretty wild in that we have all these river systems and a lot of confluences where they meet, and it's just the perfect grounds for all this crazy biodiversity.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that you're talking about there. You wouldn't think of that. When you see something crazy in Japan, you're like, well, that makes sense. But more and crazier stuff's happening right here.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
And I also thought a good reason to talk about old St. Patrick and St. Patrick's Day was just the heavy and large amount of Irish immigrants that live in Nebraska. You mentioned you have some Irish in you. I know that per capita, Omaha, Nebraska is one of the largest Irish settlements.
So what's so popular about Omaha? What was?
Well,
I mean, do you know?
okay, so
Or-
a big reason that there are so many Irish folks and Irish descendants.
Yes, descendant.
Here,
That's a good word.
Here in Nebraska, all has to do with General John O'Neill.
Oh.
Now,
Okay.
much like St. Patrick, he wasn't actually a general, but he was a fantastic leader during the Civil War that just everyone called him general. And then later on, he was recognized as a general, just like St. Patrick was later recognized as a priest and given sainthood, even though he wasn't. But like I was talking about, these labels and institutions are bullshit. These two fellows are like perfect examples of that. They're just great men.
Okay.
They're leaders of men. So they lived up to that label, even though they were never given that label officially by the government or the Roman Catholic Church.
Kind of like I always used to call him boss, and then he became a boss.
Then he became a boss. See, you live up to your name sometimes. So General John O'Neill served valiantly in the Civil War. He was directly from Ireland, and he got to looking around in New York and Boston, and he was just disgusted. He's like, why are we reduced to living in the slums? Why are all these Irish people, why are we just looked upon like this? And why are we being treated like this? So rather than asking for a handout or looking to a government program to give us free money, he started campaigning and convinced hundreds of thousands of Irish immigrants to move out west and start farming, start ranching. And a big area, and it coincided with just perfect timing, in which I think he had a little bit of foresight. The Homestead Act came around in 1862.
Okay.
And there's a lot of land up for grabs in Nebraska, and there was also a lot of labor demand for the railroad. Union Pacific was making tracks across Nebraska at the time. So all those things came together, and he's like, look, we don't belong in the ghetto, in these gutters, and to be a subspecies of humanity in New York. Let's get the hell out of here and let's go somewhere like Nebraska. And that's where he founded O'Neill, Nebraska, Atkinson, Nebraska, and also took a lot of residents to Greeley County. And Greeley, Nebraska also kind of considers themselves the Irish capital of Nebraska.
Oh, yes. There's that little riff, right?
Yeah. It's kind of fun for me, but if you're going by the books, O'Neill actually is recognized.
Doesn't O'Neill have that big 3-leaf clover?
Yeah.
Right on the street.
Yep.
Right.
And we actually televised on News Channel Nebraska. We televised their parade. And that's where they
cool.
go over that.
We saw that, right, when we went to that bar?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, we did. And in 1969, the governor of Nebraska actually recognized
officially
as O'Neill as the Irish capital of Nebraska. And this is a fun little fact, too. I was talking about Omaha. So the first church ever built with any denomination, with any anointed denomination in Omaha, was built by Irish settlers, and it was a Catholic church. That was in 1856.
Interesting.
So just think of, and they weren't even Catholics until St. Patrick's. Because like, guys, there's a better way than this.
Yeah.
Rather than being raiders and, hopping over to Great Britain and stealing boys to be slaves, what if we worked together? What if we created a community? So I just think the story is fantastic, and you can see why it's lived on in such a emphatic way over the years. And it's been Americanized.
Don't we like to just fabricate and kind of embellish and make stories better and do all the things? Is that just an American way, or? Well,
yeah, it's bigger, better, faster.
What we like to do is figure out excuses to eat and drink beer.
Yeah. Speaking of food,
there's the Scotland. We were talking about that earlier. That's what golf is.
Yeah,
it's a socially accepted way to start drinking beer at 10 a.m.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And that was a game invented in Scotland, and the acronym is Gentlemen Only, Ladies Forbidden. And you can't prove that that's not what that stands for.
GOLF.
Golf. Gentlemen Only, Ladies Forbidden. Yeah, the Masters still doesn't let women into their locker room.
That is interesting, because if you think about the word golf, where does that come from? So it makes sense that it'd be an acronym.
Yeah, I've never
heard that. The Scots are
before.
Hey, we got to go play golf. You're gonna have to stay home and not be around us.
But if we're talking about food, I wonder when that came in, that it needs to be, the food, what are, people are serving around, because we're always talking about drinks and, green beer, and when did that transition? Because aren't we talking about sauerkraut and all that stuff? Isn't that a thing for
sure,
the Irish? But where did these, is it the Reuben? Is that where, or
aren't those just traditional Irish dishes? I don't know anything
I don't know
about it.
either.
Yeah.
So Ben, you're the foodie.
That's what I mean. I would.
Or,
guess.
or do you think? Or
I don't know
and
the
then
history on it.
the lint comes in with the fish fry.
So
Well-
this says, I just Googled it real quick. It says corned beef and cabbage, which is what's
Yeah.
like that's the base, right? It says it's an Irish-American tradition, not one from Ireland.
Oh, there we
It
go.
became popular among the 19th century Irish immigrants in the U.S. who replaced their traditional expensive bacon with cheaper corned beef bought
duh.
from the Jewish kosher delis, combining it with cabbage as a filling. Oh, that's starting to sound like a runza almost.
Doesn't it though?
So I
Affordable
said-
one-pot meal that eventually symbolized their immigrant experience in St. Patrick's Day.
So I said Reuben. That's different than corned
Well,
beef.
it's no corned beef is on Reuben.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I was right.
But see, there you go. There's your melting pot of what America is.
Totally.
Bringing all
Yeah.
these
Yes.
things together, and they're awesome.
Yeah,
it's
agree.
awesome. So
Agree.
I think it. What is it, like a 7-1 now? I don't know the numbers exactly, but there's like 34 million Irish people in America, and that's like 7 times what there is in Ireland.
This
Oh, really?
this is interesting
Oh, that's
from a
funny.
food standpoint. It says in Ireland the traditional dish was boiled bacon and cabbage. Upon arriving in America, immigrants found that pork was expensive, but they could afford beef brisket, which is what corned beef is made out of, which was often sold by Jewish immigrants as corned beef. Today, that's completely opposite.
It's always turned on its head, isn't it?
Brisket is way more expensive than pork or bacon.
They used to always throw lobsters at the slaves.
Yeah.
Here's that junk lobster. You guys,
Yeah.
you eat this bug from the bottom of the sea.
My head's just
Right,
going to.
right.
You said boiled bacon. I've never cooked bacon by boiling it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just delicious.
Ooh, it would be stop. It would be soggy.
It would. I mean,
We
it kind
should
of sounds
try
like
that.
that sounds like collard greens because like you'll put bacon or you'll put like
Yeah.
what do they call it salt pork in there
Ooh,
and it's kind
yeah.
of boiled-ish.
You haven't done collard greens since we lived in Tennessee.
Wow, yeah.
I don't even think they sell that at the grocery store.
Yeah, I think
greens.
so. They're somewhere.
Yeah.
So, you want to know when the first St. Patrick's Day parade was?
I do.
Where it was? It was in New York in 1776. That's a year, isn't it? That's a year. And it was a group of Irish soldiers that fought in the war from the Britain Army marching in New York to demonstrate their Irish heritage. So just think about what's going on there.
Yeah.
It's 1776. It's British soldiers from Ireland wearing their red coats but have the green trim on it, and they're
Marching in America.
and they're marching down the streets of New York, and people are gathering on the side of the streets clapping for them.
Yay.
Yeah, and all they're doing is celebrating their Irish heritage as redcoats.
Crazy.
Isn't that? I mean, just
That
think
is
about
wild.
think about what's going on there.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem
And,
right.
and it starts there, and it's turned into what it is now.
Yeah.
Where I think there's like over 3 million people attended the New York St. Patrick's Day parade today. 3 million people.
Wow.
And that's is what I should know this, but they color the river.
That's Chicago.
Okay, that's where that happens.
Yeah.
All
Wait,
right.
what?
What river is
they
it?
put dye in it?
What is that? It goes into the Great Lakes there, right?
I don't know.
Wait, but what do you mean?
I should
They
know
put
that.
green in the water.
Yeah, it's
So
dyed
it
green.
says I just looked real quick. Chicago
It's pretty
River.
cool looking, and it's fine for the fish. It doesn't kill the fish.
I guess it's called the Chicago
so
River.
they say, like everything else. Do you want to bathe in that or eat that fish? Doubt it.
That green dye probably. I don't know. It's not as bad as it was already bad.
It's not as bad as McDonald's? Okay.
It says the green dye turns the murky water a bright green. Like if you just if you
okay.
just think
Yeah.
about like color, like how color works, you have murky brown water and you can make it green.
Yeah,
Like bright green. That's
It is bright
that's
green.
a feat. Like you're not like mixing a color there. You're like you're masking it with something.
it's not
Yes.
clear water, and you're not just
Yes.
adding like a little drop of dye.
Right.
Turning, yeah,
Right.
yeah. There's some bioengineering. Would you say?
Oh,
going
yeah.
on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's America going over the top and making it fun and pretty. I mean, that bright green is way cooler looking than murky. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have got us some green coffees if that was a thing. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, Scooters and Starbucks is on board.
But I didn't see anything.
The
on-
Shamrock Shake, McDonald's.
Oh, ooh, I
Yeah.
don't go through that place. You guys, we've established this.
So the green, I was trying to figure out why green, and it says it comes from a combination of Irish nationalism, the nickname Emerald Isle, and the legend of the shamrock. But it says St. Patrick was historically associated with blue, but green became popular in the 18th century as a symbol of Irish pride and defiance against British rule.
So like politicians that were pro-Ireland would wear green on their suit. And then over time, like, we Americanized it. We all just smushed it together and started dyeing Bud Light green. And it kind of gets lost. But it's still like, I don't know, because General John O'Neill was such a, great man, and St. Patrick was such a great man, it lives on today. And if you care to learn, you can.
Where did the pinch come in?
Oh, it also, to add to that, it says a traditional folklore suggests that to keep you invisible to leprechauns who might otherwise pinch you.
Oh.
If you wear green, you are invisible to leprechauns.
Ah, that's what it is. I always wondered, why is it like a pinch?
So that's why you don't get the pinch, yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
You don't get pinched.
Well, I am not invisible today, baby. Woo! I'm right here.
That turned kind of brutal. Like, I remember in grade school, if you didn't wear green, you were getting pinched all day.
For sure.
And it gave just a right to the bullies to really let you have it. It's like, good God.
Do you remember the kids just talking about this yesterday? They were like, we had to wear green or someone was going to get you. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a thing. Did Joel put on green? No, he didn't. He was in black and navy today.
Well, he's one of the big cool kids, though.
No.
So he's pinching others.
He's the pincher.
Yeah, he's
a bastard.
Yeah, a little shit.
And then he pinches the kid. You're not wearing green. I don't have to.
No, actually, he's probably like, I got it on my underwear. And then flashing the
So how about
PSD.
I do remember in high school, a good-looking gal
she flashed
said
you?
that and showed us her underwear. Like, God damn.
And it ain't no granny panties, was it?
No, they were green panties. Yeah.
But I'm saying they weren't granny panties,
No,
like full bottom.
granny panties.
Yeah.
No,
They were a thong.
And it was just like the hip, but it was, so.
It made you feel good.
all right?
Sure.
How about
Why do we always go
you guys?
sideways?
How about leprechauns? It says mischievous Irish fairies in folklore known for fixing shoes and guarding treasures. They're associated with trickery and for some good fortune.
We're not a big family we've talked about this trickery and Santa and all that stuff. So we never kind of played the leprechaun up. But do you guys, did you leave little gold coins throughout the house?
Why are you singing it?
I don't know. It sounded like a fairy, boinging around.
No, but I do think some of these traditions and also forming your own are kind of fun.
Yeah, I agree.
So one that we've started, or grandma's actually started for us, you could say, she'll take the kids out and they'll plant jelly beans the night before Easter, and then in the morning they'll grow up into lollipops.
I think that's cool.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of that stuff is good. Just, when you get to a certain age, learn that
it's not real.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember, but my sister, her husband's mom is pretty Irish. I don't know, maybe even 100%, but she definitely goes overboard and does the stuff for the kids and whatever.
Do it. Go overboard.
Yeah. So I think it's always kind of fun in a way until I don't know when you stop it. But anyways, we don't do anything like that.
Who's the famous? They call him little person. The little person. He's not a midget. He's a little person that played Willow. Is it Forrest?
Willow? Who's Willow?
The movie Willow with Val Kilmer.
I didn't watch that.
Who's the little person? What?
Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis.
You've watched Willow? You know what he's talking about?
No, I just Googled it.
Oh my God! You guys haven't seen Willow?
Mm-mm.
No.
These
we need
pictures,
to make a list of movies.
These pictures of him, though, I've definitely seen clips.
Okay, what about this guy?
So anyway, there's a span where I really got into B movies, and I'd make people watch them.
B? Like the bzz?
No, like B,
like not A.
Yeah, like not A.
Like lower.
Like lower class, ridiculous.
Like handmade movies.
Yeah, like handmade movies. Terrible movies, and a lot of them were horror movies. And Leprechaun.
Like Blair Witch Project.
But worse than that.
Okay.
Leprechaun is my all-time favorite, and it's actually a series. And Warwick Davis was the Leprechaun, and he'd always have these little rhymes that he would jingle out before he would kill you. Like, it's so goddamn over the top, just hilarious.
So you would laugh and then you would die.
No, I would laugh at all the craziness going on.
Is
Like,
is it meant to be funny, or is it just funny because he like?
I think they start making the movie and they're like, you know what? This is off the
This is so
rails.
ridiculous.
Let's just go. And there's like 4 or 5 of them now, and they're all just hilarious. And if it weren't for Leprechaun, Jennifer Aniston never would have been found.
What?
She was the co-star in the very first Leprechaun movie, and that was her first major role, if you want to call it a major role.
Really?
That's where she was discovered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it is such a terribly done, ridiculous movie. But it has spawned, like I said, there's like
I
5
wonder
or
if it's
6
on
of them out there
Netflix.
now.
I might have to watch that tonight.
Leprechaun 3, they're in Las Vegas. You know?
So they're like as bad as like Sharknado.
Yes. Sharknado is a great example.
Okay.
So
okay.
like, yeah, actually,
you are we serious? And then you're laughing and you're like, this is
Yeah.
horrible. And then you're like, yeah.
like Ashley and I, we would con friends into coming over and we're like, we're watching Snow Beast 3.
So Leprechaun, is that this Warwick guy's in Leprechaun?
Yeah.
But what didn't you say the other one was called Willow?
Willow.
Yeah, he's
Is
the
that where
star
you
of Willow.
got
Is
Willow's
Willow
name?
a movie, or is that?
Yeah, that's a
no,
that's a
'cause
great
you're-
movie.
But
You're
then
Willow.
Leprechaun's a movie also,
Yes. So
And then-
Leprechaun
and the
is a
dude-
B movie. Willow is an A movie.
and the dude
Oh.
the dude plays like a leprechaun in both of them or something.
He plays in Willow. He does play like a Hobbit type of a character, and his little
Okay.
village I think gets raided. But Willow is one of Ashley's all-time favorite movies, and like that was one of the movies that her family like grew up like watching a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. So I don't remember every little piece of it, but it is a really good movie.
The description of the Leprechaun movie is hilarious.
Let
People
us
have
have
to
it.
go. Yeah.
But is that how you guys kind of got Willow's name? You just
No.
made it more girl?
No, that's
Okay.
it was an old family name.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's funny. Speaking of B movies, off track a little bit here. Did you hear Theo Von's coming out with one?
No, I can't wait. What?
Him and David Spade got together
Oh, you're kidding.
and made a movie, and it's self-funded. The two
Wow.
of them funded it themselves. That's why I mean B movies. Like
Yeah.
they've got no big studios or whatever involved.
What's
Like
the
no
what's
budget.
the premise?
It's called Bus Boys. And I
Oh.
haven't really watched the previews, but I've seen a couple little clips. I don't know.
Yeah.
Somehow these two like work together and they end up getting jobs as bus boys, and I don't know. It looks
Oh,
like
I
it's gonna be
can't
funny
wait.
as hell.
That's gonna be funnier than hell.
Yeah.
that is gonna be funny.
April 17th.
Oh, so it's going to be in theaters.
Read the
Let's see
description to
what it
Leprechaun.
says.
I wanna hear that.
Let's see, Leprechaun. Here it is.
You guys are gonna have to go home and watch this now and be like, oh my god, that is Jennifer Aniston.
It says Dan O'Grady steals 100 gold coins from a leprechaun while on vacation in Ireland. The leprechaun follows him home, but Dan locks the murderous midget in a crate held at bay by a 4-leaf clover. 10 years later, J.D. Redding and his daughter, who's Aniston, rent O'Grady's property for the summer. When their new neighbors accidentally release a leprechaun, he goes on a murderous rampage to reclaim his gold.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about
Sounds
that. There were
intense.
two
$900,000 budget on that movie.
That was every penny was worth it. Every gold coin was worth it.
So there were two things that stood out in there. Okay, so think about this. Gold coins, right? We
Yeah.
didn't talk about that. And like rainbow leprechaun. Mm-hmm. And then where does the 3-leaf and the 4-leaf come in? Is it more rare for a 3 or was it more rare for a 4-leaf?
Way more rare for a
For-
4-leaf. And
Okay,
I guess
yes. So how did that come in?
I don't know.
It
Well,
said...
I'm
to
just
protect
wondering
you from
where that-
leprechauns.
It says
Yeah,
the
but I thought that was just the 3.
3 was what you mentioned earlier. It says the 4 is a symbol of good fortune, with each leaf representing faith, hope, love, and luck.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So
I mean,
just
whatever.
sounds like
That could
something
be
they made up.
far-fetched. But
Like ghost luck or spirit
Probably,
luck.
probably.
but you know,
The
when you
luck of
think
the
about
Irish.
the gold at the end of the, you
Rainbow?
can't find the pot.
Yeah.
I just, of course, that got blown up probably too.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah,
Yes.
Man, you read that description. It just reminded me of so many off-the-wall scenes of that movie. Now I'm gonna have to go home and watch it.
I'll have to check it out.
It's like the 4-leaf clover is like his kryptonite. He's like, get that away.
it says he's a murderous midget.
Wow. What year was this? Did
Oh,
it say?
man.
Was
Oh,
it like the 80s?
I think it was in the 90s. I just
Oh,
closed it.
90s. Okay, that's
so I remember the first time we watched it, and this is probably what sparked this lifelong I don't want to call it a passion, but something that we've done.
Wow, that would be a strong word, Andy.
I think we were fourth graders, or maybe we were fifth graders, but one of the rowdy kids, the tough kid, had his birthday party and a sleepover. So we all got to go to his house, and everyone was like letting us know, like, hey, they're a little tougher. They're a little tougher than you guys. So, be tough, hang in there. And their mom let us rent whatever movies we wanted, VHSs. Ooh. And so when we were at Mr. G's, we're like, oh, look at this horror movie, rated R, Leprechaun.
Like when you guys went to the
sleepover.
The sleepover.
Yeah, but I mean, when you got the movie, like, did you go rent it somewhere?
Yeah.
You had to go to like the Blockbuster or whatever it was.
Yep, we had to go to Mr. G's.
Okay, that's
Mr.
what you're referring
G's.
to, Mr.
Yep.
G's. Okay.
And we saw the movie cover, and Warwick Davis is standing there with like a pot of gold and a bloody knife or something. And we're like, oh, dude, we got to get Leprechaun. So we watched it. And even as like fourth graders, it was creepy and scary, and we're like covering our eyes, but we were also laughing at these just banger of one-liners that Warwick Davis is just dropping, like tough talking a guy that he's killing. Like,
yeah, so, that must just
and it was a little person.
That must be like a rite of passage for boys, because Joel went through that phase, like, I want to watch a scary movie. I'm like, okay.
Well, you always want to. You're
why?
Like,
because you want to see how tough you are?
No, you're just like super interested in like what you're told you can't do.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
It's that.
Yeah.
But we never said he couldn't watch scary movies. Did your parents? Did you get in trouble?
No, I guess not. But I mean, you'd always
like you
follow
just knew you shouldn't. Okay.
Yeah, like we wouldn't, if there was a PG-13 or a PG or an R-rated movie, obviously mom and dad would side with the PG. Like we wouldn't get to just watch the R-rated
Did you
movie.
get told that you had to be 13 to watch PG-13? Because that's what we got told.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, we weren't that, but along the same lines, like they would steer us towards the PG.
Yes. Yeah. I got it.
The
Right.
the green beer. There's a story here on how that came about. It said it dates back to 1914 when Dr. Thomas Hayes Curtin, an Irish-American coroner, introduced it at a St. Patrick's Day party in New York. Originally, he used a laundry whitener to create the color.
Ew.
Nice.
He was a coroner.
He was like poisoning you on top. He was adding poison to the poison.
And then he was getting more people dead and making money.
He was trying to grow his business.
That's awesome.
This is horrible.
It's like a guy that owns like an auto manufacturer, but also a chain of funeral homes. Like, oh, the brake lines just don't work in these cars we make.
Just walks around and pours sand in the gas tank.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's great. Well, this is good. I really didn't know a lot of this info.
Yeah.
You just,
I didn't really
again,
know any
as
of it, yeah.
American or whatever, you just kind of go along with it.
Yeah.
And it's fun and it's something different. And so people want to celebrate something different, something fun, bring light to the day,
And
something.
It's something to feel good about.
Yeah.
And also, there's just such a huge number of Irish Americans in Nebraska. So I do think it's good to kind of dive into it and understand how this came to be and what's going on.
Yeah, I agree. Gosh. And
Yeah.
I just recently said I wasn't a history buff. I totally got educated today and I feel good about it.
Good.
I feel
thank
better.
you.
I feel better about St. Patrick's Day than I did coming in here.
Why? What was your little,
It was just never
like your mind? Again, you went back to the little minion.
Yeah, it was just never really
Leprechaun thing.
a thing for me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like we'd go in the past. Obviously, we'd go party and stuff like that, and it'd be whatever. But I don't like the dressing up, and I don't like all that hoopla and all that kind of stuff. But now knowing like what's behind all of it and the stories and stuff, it's kind of interesting.
Now knowing this, I'm going to try to find like a hot girl that has an accent. He might think she's prettier now.
Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not.
Not that far.
Not gonna work.
Okay.
But I do want to, next time we catch up, I want to hear you guys' review on Leprechaun. And then after you watch Leprechaun 1, you'll probably want to watch the next 4 or 5.
We're going to be so invested.
You
We're
will be.
gonna
Yeah.
have to watch it. Okay.
I do remember Leprechaun 3 being in Las Vegas, and just you thought Leprechaun 1 was off the wall. Just throw that mess into Las Vegas.
Oh, God. We got some movie watching to do. Well, good.
sure.
Well, it's happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St.
Yeah,
Patrick's
for sure.
Day.
For sure. Anything else?
The luck of
good
the
to me.
Irish. Was that better?
Oh my goodness! No,
That was pretty good.
that
Okay.
was
That was
like,
a good one to close on.
That was kind of Italian or something. I don't know what that was.
Ooh, this is odd.
All right.
Peace out.
I'm shutting it down. See you.
Later.